development goals. And we'll start with me, then Naimur and Yousef Fahim, and excuse me, how I pronounce your name? Sorry, last name.
No worries. In the first attempt, you can just practice, then we'll cut it. Okay?
Okay,
No
I'll
worries.
start. Hello, me and colleagues will talk about sustainable development goals, and we'll start with me. Uh, The Sustainable Development Goals are 17 interconnected global goals agreed by all UN members stated in 2015 as part of the 2030 Agenda. They cover poverty, hunger, health, education, gender equality, climate action, and more. The SDGs are based on a whole of government and a whole of society approach. They are universal and apply to all countries. But progress has been too slow at the midway point. Only 15% of measurable targets were on track. By July 2015, only 17% of targets are on track, and more than a third have stalled due to conflict and climate crisis. Over 800,000 people still live in extreme poverty, and more than 2 billion lack access to safe drinking water and sanitation. The SDGs are non-binding but represent a political commitment. Governments are expected to integrate them into national development planning. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres said we are in a development emergency. The SDGs are within reach if only we take action, if only we take action right now and urgently, together, resolutely. The goals are interconnected. Climate affect food security, water, and health. Policy must be integrated. The message is clear: act now or leave the 2030 agenda behind. Now we move to Naimur.
Okay. Thanks, Mohammed, for giving me the opportunity. Now, one of the linked with employment and families issues, there's we can see that in our field work and doing surveys in like doing service in outside of the campuses. And we also face some visitor cycles, which means homeless traps individual in poverty without a stable address, finding a job or accessing basic services become extremely difficult. In the current situation, a major social problem in Malaysian urban centers like Kuala Lumpur due to high living costs, recent displacement in Sabah, Sarawak, and also left hundreds without jailing. And the main reason of the people they become homelessness is first comes the name of family issues, second is mental issue, and third attempt is like inhabitants with their own reasons, and that is the main case of their become homelessness. So in the problem solution, we can do the affordable housing, like the Malaysian reputed institution who are responsible to make the affordable housing, and Malaysian government are also can take part in these situations to make temporary shelters and low cost house rentals services for the homelessness, and which is low in cost. So public and private partnership in metropolitan areas, so they can easily affordable rent, and they can live and they don't need to be homelessness again. So the current situation, homelessness is a social problem in Malaysian urban areas, not the rural areas, or in the urban areas. Particularly in urban centers like Kuala Lumpur and other cities like Penang, Langkawi, there are many barriers to homelessness such as lack of affordable housing, unemployment, and limited access to social support. They are the most current situation of homelessness. So we just move on to our next part, which is water pollution. So basically, it's not only the problem in Malaysia, it's all over the world. And the problem impact unemployment, not unemployment, sorry for that. The water problem is observation field work as we disclose water are heavy littering and foul smell in local water body. So we can see in our campus areas there's a lot of drainage system are being designed for better water treatment and water supplies for better life and root causes driven by imported and domestic water disposal. And we are all responsible for pollution water, and it caused severe damage to our life and daily life also. As you can see that if we destroy the water, then it will impact on our life and also in our nature. And as you can see in the picture, the industrial water, industrial waste, and other factory waters, which is used for their own work purpose, but when they didn't treatment the water and they didn't clean the water, it will just drop near the ponds, lakes, and other drainage system. It will directly connect it to the pond, and all of them are connected to the sea waters, which will be create great damages. And every year, more than 200 billions of waste are just mixed up with seawater, and it also creating our nature damages. And as we can move to our first solution, the solution one is improve waste management. So everyone should be aware of the waste management, and all the factories and industries should be aware of the waste management to reduce, reuse, and recycle. Increase public rubbish bins, enforce proper disposal, and schedule regular river and drain cleanup. Solution number two, stringent law enforcement. So we should also follow the law enforcement to reduce the water pollution, enforce strict wastewater treatment regulation on industries, heavily punish illegal dumping, and consistently monitor publish water quality data. And third solution is public awareness and river adoption. Launch community cleanups, school university education programs, and rivers adoption initiatives to promote local ownership of water bodies. And as you can see that in the universities, school, colleges, we can do the camping type and the service system for the waste management in the water pollution, so we can reduce the water pollution in our country. So I just want to move on to the next slide, which is the third social issue of our assignment, and it is the SDG 8, decent work and economic growth. And these are all connected to the unemployment. The problem and effect of unemployment is target group. Highly effective universities graduate youth and individuals lacking industry specific skills. So, what is the impact of unemployment? Chronic unemployment reduces family stability, increases reliances on social assistance, and causes social explosion, looking youth into a cycle and poverty. Current situation. While Malaysia's labor market is improving, there is still a critical need for strategic job creation and skill development. I think it's that. Okay, so unemployment is one not for a country problem, it's also an international problem. Every country, more than 20 to 25% of their population is unemployment, and most of them are university graduates, highly effective youth, and individuals lack of industry specific skill, as you can see in our slide. So, proposed solution. Solution number one: enhance education and vocational training. So, when we try to get a job in a reputed company, so first of them, they want experience. So if a university student who just graduated few months ago or few years ago, how they didn't do any job or something, when they try to want this type of experience, it's very impossible, right? So is the one of the main reasons to unemployment. Okay. Align university circular with industrial needs and offer internship, career preparation, and focus on digital literacy and technical skills. Solution number two supports entrepreneurs and provide government startup grants, low interest loans, business incubators, and mentorship program to develop alternative income source. And as you can see that solution number two, the entrepreneurship is one of the most demanded things in the world as in 2026. The solution number three, we can just generate further job opportunities to promote investment in technology, green energy, tourism, manufacturing, offer tax breaks in firms, hiring fresh graduates, and enhance university industry linkage. So now I can shift to Yousef for the respective part. Thank you.
Hello, Naimur. Thank you for talking about the issues and solution. So my name is Azher Fahim. So I will be talking about evaluation and justification. And I will mention the one goal, which is if we complete the one part, then the other part will be influenced automatically. So I will be prioritized SDG number one, which is no poverty. For this section, we identified three key social issues, as Naimur mentioned: homelessness, water pollution, and unemployment. Homelessness comes under SDG 1, which is no poverty. And water pollution comes under SDG 6, and unemployment comes under SDG 8. After evaluating these issues, we prioritized SDG 1, which is no poverty. This is because poverty can be considered a common root causes that affects people's access to jobs, housing, clean water, and other basic services. SDG 1 also has strong connections with SDG 6 and SDG 8. Therefore, progress in reducing poverty can create positive effects on clean water and unemployment. Although Malaysia has made progress in reducing poverty, still poverty remains unequal in many parts, especially in rural areas, namely Sabah. Overall, we believe that addressing SDG 1 can create the widest positive impact across all these three issues. Now, Zhuwenya will talk about conclusion part. Thank you.
Before Zhuwenya, we have Yousef to.
Okay.
Go ahead, Yousef.
Yousef, it's now your
Is my camera on?
Yeah, your camera is on. Naimur, could you move to the other slide? Next slide,
sure,
please.
sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Good afternoon. During our field work, we have identified three critical issues in our community: homelessness, water pollution, and unemployment, each directly tied to the UN Sustainable Development Goals. Let me walk you through what I found and how we can solve it. Our first issue is homelessness. What we have observed, people living without shelter often due to job loss, family breakdown, mental illness, or unaffordable rents. This traps them in a cycle. No address makes it harder to find work, which keep them homeless. We have three solutions. One, affordable housing and transitional shelters with public-private partnerships to speed up construction in metro areas. We have secondly, employment and skills training, vocational programs and apprenticeships with local companies to reintegrate people into the workforce. Thirdly, we have enhanced social welfare, which means proactive outreach, going to people, not waiting for them to come, plus food, health, and counseling support. Next slide, please. We have the second issue, which is water pollution, which is as well SDG number 6, clean water. We have observed that colored water, floating waste, and foul odors in rivers and drains. This spreads waterborne diseases, kills the fish in the waterways, and harms communities that rely on these water sources. We have three solutions for this: better waste management, more bins, recycling promotion, and regular council cleanups in high litter zones. Secondly, we have stronger enforcement. We have harsher penalties for illegal dumping, mandatory industrial wastewater treatment, and public water quality data. The last one for the water pollution solution is community ownership. Cleanup campaigns using university students or high school students, teaching younger kids at schools. Also, river adoption schemes where residents monitor their local streets. Next slide, please. For the second one, unemployment, SDG number 8, decent work. We have observed that young people and job seekers idle in the community. They are not doing anything. Chronic unemployment leads to social exclusion and the poverty cycle in the next areas. We have found three solutions for this. One of them is relevant education. Align university and vocational curricula with industry needs and digital literacy and technical skills like Excel and Microsoft PowerPoint. Secondly, we have support entrepreneurship, grants, low interest loans, mentorship, and business incubators for young people and retrenched workers. Lastly, we need to create more jobs, tax breaks for hiring graduates, which means we take off the tax for people who hire a new graduate and long-term unemployed. Invest in technology, green energy as well, and manufacturing. Strengthen university industry links throughout job fairs. These three issues are interconnected. Polluted water hurts livelihoods, unemployment rise, homelessness, and poverty deepens everything. By aligning our solutions with SDGs 1, 6, and 8, we can build a more sustainable, inclusive community. And thank you for listening. Now we go for the conclusion part to Via. Zhuwenya.
In conclusion, our report discussed the three main challenges: homelessness, water pollution, and unemployment. This problem, these problems need everyone to work together to solve them. We believe that SDG 1, no poverty, is the most important because it is connected to the other issues. By reducing poverty, we can improve people's people's lives and create a more sustainable future. And thank you for listening. Um,
Okay, thank you everyone for the presentation, and I hope you all are doing good. So all are thank you again for the presentation, and most thank to our leader Mohammed, who is responsible to do all the stuff. Thank you everyone.